Hey guys, welcome back to my special abundant video series. I am so excited that you are still with me and still watching because today is going to be a yet another simple but life-changing principle when we practice it, when we pay attention to it. So today's video is about gratitude. Gratitude is beyond saying I'm thank you to people, which I'm sure many of us do. We thank people for giving us things, for opening the door. What I am going to talk about is a deeper, more spiritual type of gratitude that we carry with us throughout the day, and it's more of a deep acknowledgement of what we have. It is easy for Americans, I can say, because I'm an American, so I know our society, how we tend to focus on the negative, we tend to focus on what's going wrong, and we tend to complain when things aren't going our way or we're not getting what we want. And that kind of makes us sound like spoiled brats. Like, how do you feel if you're a mom or a parent when your child constantly is complaining? They're not focusing on everything they do have, and they're not being grateful. And as a parent myself, that frustrates me. So I try to turn her, view of what she does have. And so the first thing I want to talk about with gratitude that may help you get out of that negative energy funk where you see a lot of things going on and you just can't help it. Like, they just are all coming to your mind and you're just like, gosh, all I see is like what I don't have or what I really want, and you're just kind of unhappy with your life right now. These practices done daily are going to completely transform your mind. So what I want you to do is I want you to find yourself a journal or a notepad. Yes, I'm gonna have you journal. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I didn't want to journal either. I thought, oh, I don't need that journaling. And isn't that what they do in counseling? But this journaling concept is not going to leave you wandering and writing to yourself. You're actually going to be doing a lot of purposeful things in your journal. So when you get your journal, I want you to make the left side of the pages for gratitude and the right side of the page for desires. You can either have a full page for gratitude and full page for desires, or you can break them up down the middle with a little graph, okay? And when you're ready to do your desires, I want you to start writing down everything you are grateful for. Think about from the moment you awake. Go back. If it's the end of the day, go back to the morning and think about what you did in the morning. So you got up, you had a comfortable bed to sleep in, or you woke up with your children or your husband and you're thankful for having them in your life. Or you woke up to coffee and you made yourself breakfast, or you woke up to a job, like you went to work, so you're grateful for your job, you're grateful for your car, you're grateful that you have money to get gas, you're grateful for all the food you have throughout the day, you're grateful that you have warm water, that you have a shower, that you can take a bath, you're grateful for the clothes you have. You're like, it's these little things that you're like, of course I'm grateful for them. Do I have to say so? Yes, you do. You have to pick them out, because the more, what I'm trying to show you is whatever you focus on, you attract and you create more of it. So if you're spending your time focusing on what you don't have and the complaints, you are going to attract more of those things into your mind. But if you focus on everything you do have and everything you are grateful for and you are content in this moment, you will attract more of those grateful thoughts into your head, and you will also be attracting more things to be grateful for. It is awesome how this works. So go through your list and just write until you're content with your list. Everyone's different. You may only want to write 5 things, 10 things, but I can tell you the more things that you are grateful for, the higher vibe, the more positive, uplifted you're gonna feel. So when you're done with that, I want you to write thank you 3 times at the bottom of your paper. Now I want to move to desires. Desires are really, really fun. It's kind of like a wish list, or if you're religious, a prayer request sheet. things that you want to ask God, the universe for, or if you're non-religious or non-spiritual right now, you just want to write down the desires in your heart, things that you would like to see happen, experience, come to pass in your life. So for example, on the desires, when I was planning a natural birth with my daughter, I wrote down, I want a midwife. I want to be able to afford this midwife. I want everything I need for the natural home birth. I want insurance. So I listed down everything I wanted. And funny note, I actually ended up somehow getting this midwife for free, and everything worked out incredibly amazing. So that is just one example of how our needs are provided for when we ask for them, when we make our desires known. So the universe cannot deliver, and our souls don't know what we really want unless we have decided them. And it makes it very clear when we write them out on paper and say, this is what I want. And it doesn't have to be something big. It could be little things. I want to have, tacos for dinner. I want this type of coffee today. I want to get this kind of car someday. I want a horse. Well, that's not really that small. But anyways, to the universe, there is, in quantum physics and energy and time, there is no difference in the size of the things that we desire or ask for. It's just as easy to bring one out as it is the other. It is really just a basis on our belief. So whatever is in your heart, whatever you desire, I want you to honor it by writing it down. And I want you to realize that you're good enough, you're worthy enough to have everything you love, everything you desire to come into your life, and that it's in there for a reason. And for when you receive these things, you are able to be a much bigger giver. Like, you're able to allow that flow of giving and receiving to be very, very active in your life, but receiving is actually a huge part of giving. So that is how you're going to practice that. Also, I want to go back to gratitude, and I wanted to mention that when you are writing down these things that you are grateful for, that I want you to really take deep breaths, breathe it in. I want you to focus on these things that you are grateful for, and I want you to feel it. If at the end of the practice you don't feel grateful, then the process wasn't fully done. You need to go back, and you need to be like, really feel how it is to have these things that you would have, and what your life would be like if you didn't have these things, if you didn't have your family members or your husband, or if you didn't wake up to coffee in the morning, or if you didn't have gas to get to work. Like, I want you to truly be grateful for these things. The magic is all in the feelings. And when you're thinking about your desires and you finish your list, I want you to sit there for a moment and take it in and actually feel what it would be like to have these things in your life right now. How would you feel if you received those things that you put on your list? So so be grateful for everything. Be grateful for the small things. Be grateful on purpose. Make an intention every day to show your gratitude. Another way you can show your gratitude is by showing more gratitude to others out there. People who work in the fast food, you think, well, they get paid to do it. They serve me, whatever. We can show people who do things for us so much more gratitude by taking that time out and saying thank you for what you do. And you're just really just opening up so many doors of positive things and blessings to come to you. So if you guys have any questions, let me know below or message me, and do your gratitude practices, do your desire practices, say thank you at the end of each one, and just really throw yourself into this activity. This is the most magical one that will really make a difference in your thoughts. It's just focusing on the amazing things that are already happening in your life right now, and then when you start to receive new blessings and new opportunities, you can be grateful for those, and then they just keep coming. So be really excited about everything coming, guys.